feel we should talk.
Your presence is needed in the meeting area, Commander. The information collected on the peace talks has been verified, Commander. As time is a factor, this unit suggests heading to Greater Tranquility Station as soon as you are able.
I can only hope we encounter fewer complications than we did at the monastery.
Stakes are high. If DeVries sabotages the peace talks, war will continue. Don't need to be a seer to divine that. Yes, the Order will have foreseen possible threats from Auntie's Choice or even the Protectorate, but they may not anticipate an infiltrator like DeVries.
Records indicate Greater Tranquility is a derelict station. Consequently, the ideal route to reach the main chamber for the peace talks will be through its underbelly. Be advised. In the absence of Victor and his explosives, Agent DeVries and her team will be committed to a frontal assault. Due to delays incurred while saving the Order hostages, DeVries also has the codes to control the station's security automechanicals, and will assuredly deploy them against you, Commander.
Or, and this is just a suggestion, we turn the traps against anyone who tries to stop us, huh?
Additionally, per the Earth Directorate Manual, when lacking equivalent combat forces, determination and vast amounts of ammunition may make up the difference.
You know where I stand. This war's taken too many good folk from us. I'll be damned if I let DeVries add to that number.
I'm coming with you. Who better to make DeVries pay for Horizon Point than a pair of our own Phantoms? Good. Would have been a shame if DeVries was the reason for us falling out too.
Confirming coordinates for Greater Tranquility Station. Confirmed. Use the astrogator when you are ready to navigate to the station, Commander.
want a punch? We've got your punch right here.
Observational data is important, but I hate seeing these rifts so close.
Good evening. On behalf of everyone in Auntie's family, I want to thank our hosts for securing this wonderfully austere venue to begin our negotiations for peace. With tensions being patched in Golden Ridge, I am certain we can both profit from a merger. But surely the good Vicar Laureate and his fellow shareholders have some thoughts?
Madam Vice President, I and my fellow counselors remind you that this is no merger, but an alliance. By ending the war, we may focus on the true threat to our society, the rift.
Doesn't take an engineer to hazard a guess whose ship that is. DeVries is here, Commander. I'm sure. This must be the satellite that set an emergency ping across the system. What led me to you, Commander? And why is DeVries hanging on to it?
Looks like Earth Directorate handiwork. Not familiar with the model. Yeah. Suggest we find another way.
Be still, Cadre. But don't let this interloper out of your sight. It's you, is it not? The one Agent DeVries warned me to expect? Well, see here. If you intend to stop me, you're far too late. Preposterous. Our mission to stop the talks is a righteous one. Why would I ever jeopardize it for the likes of you?
We need answers, now. How we extract those answers, I'll leave up to you, Commander. Personally, I'd start with the knees.
You do no such thing. My willpower is stout, my loyalty unshakable. And even if by some low chance you could extract my knowledge, you'll never truly understand. If our deaths buy Agent DeVries and our comrades the time they need, so be it. We know full well she cares nothing for us, nor do we ask her to. We share her purpose, and so we fight to keep infidels like you from disrupting her plans. But it doesn't matter what you do. The rest of our team is pushing forward. Agent DeVries is right. The only way to save us from destruction... Now...
Check enemy light.
Gun weapon ready, Commander. Fortification in progress. Mitigating the threat. Target analyzed. Let down fire. Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Threat team has been well and truly struck down. DeVries' plans are up on the monitor over here. Sloppy. I'm sure this was once quite impressive. I'd bet bits to Borstwurst. That's going to need a new fuse.
If the Protectorate's own leader is beyond his depth, he and his ilk won't anticipate an alliance.
He's not my sovereign.
Yes, right. Well, landing a strike against the Protectorate in this state will be something like wrangling a galloping breadworm.
I am unfamiliar, but I presume that to mean it will be without exertion. If so, then you are perhaps even more ignorant of Arcadia than I calculated. The Sovereign, guide him, is as ineffective as you've suggested, but his advisor, the Consul, is not. These executions, these impulsive attacks, are solely his influence.
Solely? Your previous sovereign was rather draconian himself, if your own history books are to be believed. Do not act like the current rot emerged from nowhere.
I could perhaps say the same for you and your reputation for putting profits over... But instead, I suggest we pivot our discussion back to the real matter at hand.
Damn. DeVries' team must have gotten to these mechs first. I don't favor fighting on two fronts, but it's not looking like we have another choice.
Unexpected sight and/or sound. Origin unclear. Search complete. Security level 1.
Ratcheting up my end. Back instead.
Give the order, and I'll take care of him, Commander.
After some quick mental calculations, I do see merit in your last declaration. It was astonishingly logical, in fact.
How charming that I've surprised an esteemed man such as yourself. In turn, I wish to thank you for toning down your bloviating. I feared we'd still be here next fiscal quarter.
Yes, you must be quite busy between product launches and counting bits. But I will be here as long as it takes to ensure the order isn't taken advantage of by duplicitous actors. I'd like to discuss your efforts on Paradise Island. We may have no physical presence there, but we are ever watchful. Our observations suggest that matters have been... good. But I was heartened to hear that your leaders convinced Westport residents to seek shelter in Fairfield. Things rarely end this way for the Protectorate's abandoned subjects.
Ah, yes. The Protectorate had their folk living in fear. Between all those hangings and the...
Got a distraction for you. I'm in.
Check your scope for combatant analysis.
Well, we welcome the news of your advances. However, it is worrisome that it took the assistance of a freelancer for you to finally secure your hold. Worrisome indeed.
Let us turn our attentions once more to Golden Ridge. I am grateful we could come to an accord after that unfortunate attack on Outpost Opportunity, but many questions remain.
Of course. Allow me to offer this bit of data, then. The true culprit of the attack was a proctor named Svoboda. My brain...
So the Order is capable of decisive action. I had doubts after hearing about your monastery. Even though the hostages yet live, this crime happens under your purview.
I would remind you that these innocents survived because of our accurate analysis of the situation. I do not appreciate insinuations that we allow chaos to run rampant on our watch. Chances are high that any erratic variable is a result of your people's meddling in our affairs.
Ridiculous. Next you'll be claiming we're to blame for all of your past failures. Why, the mere prediction of our arrival years ago sent you into a tizzy. Isn't that right?
Dip me in. Help me out.
According to my analysis prior to this meeting, enough goodwill exists. studies to suggest a high chance of success, should a treaty or alliance be agreed upon.
Treaty? As in a contract? Goodness, there's no need to rush into such formalities, Vicar. Especially when so much has yet to be discussed.
Warning. Access to storage has not... Error. You are This inventory is for purchase only. Return the item immediately, or be subject to verbal assault. Commencing reprimand. Error. Loitering is not permitted, here or elsewhere on the station.
No time to lollygag, Commander.
Let's concentrate on finding degrees. Talk later.
I'm starting to get an eerie feeling, like someone's got their lamps on us.
Investigating hostile intelligence. I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Your insides are leaking outside, Commander.
Morbificator is charged.
Hear you scampering around like a little sprat.
Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
What are you doing there?
Combatant scan.
Have you given up?
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say when.
Have you given up? I can hear you scampering around like a little sprat. Escalated. What are you doing down there?
I have a fix.
Commander, watch your fighters!
And up.
Adversary vulnerabilities
I
identified.
can hear you frown like a little.
Needing to attack. Standing by to stupefy. Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
What are you doing down there?
I have a fix on their weaknesses.
I can hear you frown like a little brat.
Appreciate a little help.
Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
What are you doing down there? Have you given
You've suffered extensive damage, Commander.
I can hear you scampering around like a little sprat.
Combatant scan. Reviving me is strategically optimal. Impossible. I'm incapacitated.
Escalating aggression by 3.8%.
Strike true.
propose we can entertain a tentative agreement. I hereby agree that both of our parties will lay down their arms. For now.
I am pleased to hear it. There is no need for senseless bloodshed when we may yet come to an accord.
I remind you that a contract signing may still be a ways off, but we might consider the hierarchy between our parties should we wish to proceed with a merger, an alliance.
No, we wouldn't want any unseemly quabbles over power. Especially when presiding Bishop Ruth Bassar already possesses the foresight necessary to lead a colony and better its people.
Foresight is nothing without propaganda, and our Minister of Marketing has already won protectorate hearts and minds. If unification is what you want, ingenuity is what you need.
So you think that your people should rule? I certainly won't downplay the powers of persuasion here, but Arcadian matters are best suited for Arcadians. We actively collect data to understand how to serve our people, after all. Look no further than the abbot, who welcomed refugees to Matriarch's mercy.
Yet he struggled to feed and house them properly. The poor man was clearly overwhelmed.
Might as well be served up on a platter. We don't have much time.
Even with his data.
Meanwhile, Auntie's choice has done little to alleviate the refugee crisis it helped create. Indeed, my projections may be accurate. You are more interested in what you can see.
Dear Vicar, you are not yourself. Perhaps Auntie and your bishop should continue these talks. We'd be happy hosts. We do enjoy dazzling guests with a tour of our stolen artifacts.
There is only a 14% chance that you are jesting. No. If anyone in Arcadia is fit to host such discussions, it is presiding Bishop Bassar. Anyone else would be an insult.
Oh, damn you. You have a nasty habit of arriving at the wrong time, Commander.
It's over, Augustine. Nowhere left to run. No more lies you can peddle or people you can burn. Your rewards come due.
Ibarra, I was unaware of your survival until recently. Believe it or not, I was happy you survived. But to see you still seeking solace in the Commander's shadow is disappointing. You could have done anything with your life. Shrugged off the bad memories. But now you're both here to meddle. Law knows why. Yes, I do recall your begging me not to do this. Hardly the work of a master negotiator, let alone two. I've no interest in continuing this little reunion. What happened in Horizon Point, well, I had no choice but to do as I did. And I'm prepared to do the same again. These delegates you came to save, I'm killing them both, and any hope for peace will die along with them. This is the only way if we hope to close the rifts before it's too late. Everything. The Order is on the verge of learning how to control the rifts. They just need the right data, and a prototype modulator that's hidden away in a Protectorate lab on Praetor. But like the Protectorate before them, Auntie's Choice must never have access to that technology. No. The Order's seers approached me after I arrived in Arcadia, and proved to me that I needed to act, to stop the Protectorate's rift research from annihilating our galaxy. You were an unwelcome variable. Prior knowledge could have changed your actions, and the seers had predicted that you and your team would perish in the process regardless. I tried to put it out of mind when you and I first spoke. I had to focus. But all I could think of was the cost I was being asked to pay to ensure the mission's success. And I forced myself to complete it. I trusted that with Horizon Point's destruction, humanity might be saved, but it wasn't. It was only the start. I must finish what I started. That's not what happened. Your presence disrupted their equation, and the mission could not risk failure. And I didn't kill any of you. I simply did not interfere.
Sure you ain't kin to Auntie Cleo? Because you sure as hell know how to pass the buck.
Whatever you think of me, it wasn't so simple to sit back and listen as they met their ends. Every instinct I had was yearning to act, but I could not. I know the distinction matters not to you, but it does to me. And what happened there forced me to search for a way to stop the rifts. To stop the thoughts that plagued me. You recall what I said of the rift modulator? Of the data? It's the only way to control the rifts. And only the Order can be trusted with this power. You know who these corporatists are. How they deal with their competitors. Imagine now how a war spurred by greed might be won, when fought with rifts instead of guns. You see? The Order must not sacrifice their principles for a childish attempt at peace. If they don't complete the mission they started, everything I have done will have counted for nothing.
Enough! Just enough, Augustine. I can't listen to any more of these excuses. I've got all the answers I needed, Commander. She's gone over the threshold and ain't no bringing her back. Best we make this quick, before she can hurt anyone else.
You think you have it in you to pull the trigger, Ibarra?
Had 10 years to practice. Give the order, Commander. How many times do you need a snake to bite you to realize its nature? She's shown us who she is, Commander. She's showing us again right now. Oh, believe me. Been playing back that classic. Trust we'll be having.
It doesn't matter. Nothing, you two dead delegates? That's a fair price to pay. We've paid worse. Is that so? Please then, enlighten me on how you might save the Order from itself. They may try, but even if what you say is this mission is all I have. So if you won't leave me to... Savannah. No, it doesn't matter. You've made it clear you despise me for what I've done to you, to your crew. Now you wish to convince me that you... Nor do I. And that's why I came here to... I see now that my judgment has been compromised. So we will do this your way. No harm will come to the delegates, and I will stand down. But there's more you should know. I've recovered a cartridge from the Earth Directorate satellite I brought down. It's here, with me, and if you process this data, you can use it to improve the prototype rift modulator on Praetor. Once that's finished, the rifts can finally be closed. Everyone will be saved. Because, whether you believe it or not, you are the picture of an Earth Director. Oh, and as for me, I've reached the limit. There's also a high priority message from the Chief of Ops on there. It may be 3 years old, but hopefully...
Disastrous to imminently catastrophic. This seems... well, we should run.
Follow me, quick!
This is an urgent message for all Earth Directorate agents. The spatial rift situation has deteriorated significantly. The rifts threatening a majority of our colonies and our Earth Directorate bases, including this one, have entered their final stages. If you see a rift that looks like this, you are in grave danger. You have at most a matter of months before everything in your local system is destroyed. The seriousness of this situation cannot be overstated. Therefore, Directive Alpha Omega is hereby invoked. You are fully authorized to do everything in your power to find a way to close the rifts. Along with this message, the entirety of our rift data has been sent to your local surveillance satellite. Analyze this data. Law willing, you will find a way to unlock any secrets it has resisted yielding to us. The fate of humanity now depends on you.
Acknowledging receipt of emergency mission parameters update, including activation of Directive Alpha Omega. Commander is now released from any and all agent guidelines. The full parameters are as follows. The agent has full authority to handle the mission in any manner they see fit. No exceptions. The extreme nature of stated emergencies supersedes any other considerations. I have also detected competing priorities in the new mission objectives. The surveillance data from the satellite confirms DeVries's assertion of a prototype modulator on Praetor that may be used to manipulate rifts. Acquisition is required to be able to bypass any new or existing miniature ground-level rift anomalies you may encounter. You are also tasked with finding a way to process the Earth Directorate rift data. The archive computer on Cloister would be best suited to this purpose. The prototype rift modulator is located within the Interstitial Reconfiguration Center. Information on the center indicates it is a laboratory dedicated to the study of rifts. Reaching the lab may involve violence. A protectorate blockade has been erected between our designated landing pad and the center. Agents are permitted to cooperate with local governments and other political entities at both Auntie's Choice and the Order have previously controlled the archive. And coincidentally, it seems they feel they owe you their lives and have asked to meet with you at their respective headquarters. The Order of the Ascendant are concerned with the elevation of humanity. While lacking experience in governance, they would be fair partners and open to reasonable solutions. Auntie's Choice has the firepower to more easily succeed in battle and greater experience in management. They would likely be receptive to a free agent such as yourself. Whoever you assist will be better positioned to take control of the archive, and by extension, the entire colony. Careful consideration is warranted. There is also one other, less likely option: persuading the two factions to work together. The delegates you helped save may be able to help facilitate this. Returning to mission objectives. Do you have a preference for which to pursue first, Commander? Acknowledged. Due to the rift's expansion, both Cloister and Praetor show a high preponderance of miniature rifts. It is worth noting that the Order of the Ascendant is headquartered on Cloister. You've also received a message from Auntie's Choice. This unit can relay its contents now, should you wish. The message has also been sent to your private terminal. Greetings, morally gray potential contractor. You've been pre-selected for membership in Auntie's Choice Esteemed and Valuable Disposable Agent Program. Report on board the ACS Undisputed Claim for details on this exciting opportunity. Signed, Auntie Cleo. It appears you now have permission to visit Auntie's Choice headquarters aboard its flagship, Commander. You may use the astrogator to navigate there at any time.
What happened back there? We had her cornered, bullets chambered, justice within. What am I supposed to do with that? How am I supposed to trust you the next time a tough choice has to be made? Then why'd you do it? Mercy's a fine concept, but I'm not convinced everyone deserves it. Just hope we don't come to regret our state hand. I'm gonna need time to muddle through all this, so let's just end things there, for now.
Never thought you'd manage to save DeVries along with the delegates. They could be good out. There's one thing I can't shake. Wouldn't happen to be the universe trying to tell us something, would it? I reckon it's saying that all our political... By the way, what DeVries said about Auntie and the Rift Tech, don't take it to heart, huh? Auntie ain't an idiot. Much as she loves business, reckon she loved... I'd agree with you, but I still think we ought to pay the undisputed claim a visit, see if we can court Auntie's aid. Whether we gain that help from Anyway, appreciate you hearing me out.
moment of your time, Commander. Remember that matter on Cloister I mentioned earlier? Might be hard to believe, but 20 or so odd years ago, I made a mistake. That's where the error occurred, I believe. For many years now, a former colleague of mine's been in a remote spot. Hardly quite. Her research was unconventional, surely. She was as well. I think with both. Inquire away. I may even respond. Presiding Bishop Orlo, yes. Ruth Bazaar's predecessor. And better. Now there was a scientician. For a while, I'd hoped all this recent brouhaha. The more time passes, the less I'm inclined to give the benefit of the doubt. Are you asking me to I doubt you're willing to offer me a thorough accounting of your past assignments. I'm not saying never, but we only just because all the good mathematical terms were already taken by my predecessor. I'm sure I don't know, dear. Hopefully by my hand. May the plan... See that spire? That's the archive right there. The archive. is quite conducive for cooling the archive, and unconducive for me feeling my fingers.
What could possibly be keeping the repair personnel? Oh, greetings. By any chance, our new JTY-1030 resistor, the misuse is causing moisture uptake, which I'm sure you can observe that the problem is cyclical in nature. I don't suppose you'd... Ursopods, Protectorate forces, rogue scrappers, blizzards. In the short term, long term, the archive, I loathe that, for now, it's down in the valley just southwest of the archive. The heat... Oh, this is... I'll mark the coordinates of the resistor bank. If you find him, you find the kit.
These temporary indignities of the body are nothing contra— Hold. We're presently observing a ceasefire with Auntie's choice, but its duration may be subject to sudden reversal. Gathering data on the enemy's movements and behavior. Blizzards raise the degree of difficulty. Cloister has been a difficult... If you're looking for a way to help us out, I recommend heading to Laplace's garden. Only the finest place on this ice. Avalanche...
Before we head to the...
Bundle up. Temperature's trending down.
Yeah.
I find your proposed time frame. Leave. I suppose I could spare 0.004%.
Please don't take me on a co-tangent.
Have you at least determined the cause of the avalanche?
Inconclusive at present. Potential causes for weakened snowpack include water fire, crash.
Happy to chat for 0.07 seconds. Oh, time's up. Bye.
Mind your truth table P's and Q's now. I won't think twice about applying the precise amount of force.
Heard that rift near the archive has Don't cause any trouble.
Agent, on behalf of the Order of the Ascendant, and her impermeable wisdom, the presiding bishop Ruth Bassar, welcome to Laplace's garden. The presiding bishop is presently indisposed, but I've been instructed to direct you to the Artificer Laureate for whatever pressing matter has brought you to the garden. She's working in Belvedere Hall's secondary courtyard. Enter the large building at the top of the mesa ahead and follow the first hall on your right. Oh no, not at all. The presiding bishop routinely spends time in us. Of course, she does seem to be logging more. The rest of the Laureate Council is capable of managing affairs while the presiding bishop is occupied. Oh, yes. The vicar did ask me to direct you to him. How positively forgetful of me. He should be waiting for you in Belvedere Hall's... Belvedere Hall used to serve primarily as the garden's hub for all manner of research, instruction, and study. A beacon on the hill of progress. Since the Order's forced dispossession of Spireton and the Archive, which is to say, please excuse our mess, we're still... The Artificer Laureate is head of the Department of Applied Scientism, overseeing the exemplars, or craftsmen, of our Order. Weapons and technology all fall under her purview. May all your problems precede solutions.
Please keep your behavior within acceptable parameters.
Is it just me? Or does something seem... Oh, never mind. Saving the delegates from DeVries took considerable effort, dear. Of course you could, but you didn't. They still might have a role to play if we're to close the rifts. May all...
You appear to present a low probability of risk. Please don't.
I'm cutting you off there, Charles.
That's your third conviction today. People will start to... Welcome to the CAF integration point. Will it be caffeine or convictions today? Convictions are statements which promote personal and Interested? Strength? Good choice. I take mine the same. Here you are. And don't worry yourself over payment. First one's complimentary. I haven't spied you around before. New project appointment? Must be an adjustment, all things considered. I'd have run the mugs through the autoclave twice if I'd known the garden was receiving visitors now. All right, your turn. What questions have you got percolating in that mind of yours?
to the nearest 10th integer.
There's little you could tell me I couldn't
Hello.
also tell you.
Farewell. Thank you for this efficiently compact conversation.
The scientician surplus. No more than what you need.
Welcome to the Scientician Surplus. I am the scientician in question. Any inquiries about the stock may be directed to me. Either you intend to buy or you intend to go without. It would be unethical. It's there in the name. Of course you would.
Never would have guessed the Order had all this space available, given what we saw in Matriarch's Mercy. Wonder why they're not moving folks in.
Ah, lovely day for differential geometry.
is your hypothesis about the flower sphere?
Hello, layperson.
Can't talk. Calculating an inverse complex sine function in my head.
Breaking into water reconditioning.
You're not going to be a problematic variable, are you?
Every day. The operating theater is not... That is not an invitation to return to your study and perform exploratory surgery on yourself or a willing volunteer. There is curiosity, and there... But I trust you are here for a reason other than to discuss scalpel-happy novices. That is best...
What a lament! I remember the... Now look at it. The fountain in disrepair, pedagogy in the park. Imagine if your life depend... Nevertheless, one must persist. The plan... I knew you had... There's a panel just here.
Think thrice before rabble-rousing. We have numerical
A second makeup
superiority.
exam will not be offered, so I hope you studied this time.
Shh! If I'm caught talking during this makeup exam, and is there something wrong with the air recyclers? It's getting hard to breathe. You're mistaken. Can't believe my future in the Order will be decided by an understanding of the vaporescent properties of trinitro.
Sake, is it the pump or the sealant? Industrial. Now the fountain's broken and I can't. I recently placed into the industrial sciences, so I've been entrusted to fix the issue. But I've never had to put... The garden is... If I can't nip this issue in the proverbial bud, pressure keeps undisciplined minds out from positions of greater authority. That's just basic academia. No, of course. Oh, Hello again. I hope you're not back. Well, I have never wished more strongly to be reduced to my... No, but having an audience...
Just listening to the following song mentions some actions that are...
If you need to discharge any sputum, I ask you... No, not asleep. Merely waiting. I have... Sometime last year, I predetermined an occasion of momentous import. Oh no. You know what they say about having too many totalizers on the same sum? Nothing gets... Leslie Beckett, Oracle Laureate, Sears. Forgive me if I don't shake hands. I prefer... But now, if I'm not mistaken, you must be the agent. I don't suppose you've stumbled upon any of our excogitation chapels. Excogitation chapels are... Prior to the war, such focused study led to all manner of breakthroughs, with audio logs routinely kept by the scientician in residence. In these unprecedented times, such logs could harbor hidden wisdom. However, with the war on, I've sadly been unable to get my hands on the last of these recordings. All confidential, I'm afraid. Many are still under... Oh, no. However, by my reckoning, the amount of logs to be collected... I'm happy to answer any questions you may have. Don't we all? Nothing beyond what I already included in my... Oh, I know, hardly comprehensive. I'm embarrassed by the brevity. Of course I do. Landon, were his methods wrong? Unequivocally. Should he have come to me with his concerns? Undeniably. But was his conclusion generally, yes. But let's move on to other topics, please. My word, you should have seen the debate. And what a history. It was given to us. Cloister has two things in abundance. Ice and... Indeed. It's been a favorite bone for... But other stray inquiries occupy your mind.
Security personnel are permitted in this booth. Leave. Lift access is currently restricted. Keep moving. At this time, residents of Laplace's garden are not permitted beyond this point.
Stop deviating from the baseline.
A visitor. It's for the best that you're talking to, but I suppose that's enough time spinning in the statements column. Speak away. What are you... Beckett. Another prediction that he hasn't seen fit to note. If you're here, I imagine you aim to petition the presiding bishop for her support, which is hardly a surprise. You either already know that the Order is the sole the corporate invaders will suck Arcadia of its resources and... Moreover, once we solve the universal equation, it will benefit all of humanity. Well, I hope there is a task of pivotal importance as head of the Order's exemplars. It's my responsibility to assess whose aims up to the point. A myriad of cultists have taken over the settlement of... Once there was a bridge stretching from the settlement to the archive, but it was destroyed by a rift. Best keep your distance should you travel there. If the Order could predict the future and all that aside, journey to Newton. Eliminate the cultists to a person. Then we may speak of getting... Newton contains the 6 pillars. The cultists are likely profaning it. I'll withhold my
We should collect Azza from the ship first. Unless you don't want the benefits of her in...
The Chamber of Conflict Evaluation and Strategic Planning is currently off limits to non-essential personnel.
No admittance without the Artificer Laureate's permission.
Agent, over here. Well, this is a welcome confluence of events. Why, without you, dreadful, you know. Positively dreadful. How the peace talks were interrupted. I felt officially, not at present. It is my earnest belief that this is the optimal course to chart for the Order, and for Arcadia. Though, to begin, I believe you would need to once you've worked your way up to meeting our respective leaders, you must convince them to consider joining forces. For one, having the and if you might consider an appeal to your better nature. Transplendent. In the meantime, I might recommend you work on...
receive your personalized order prediction yet. I'll admit to a bit of trepidation in regards to opening mine. This is the first one I've received since deployment.
Honestly, the ones you get in the field
Use caution as you progress. There's been reports of personnel.
Go for fortification.
It appears we've dealt with all of them. Oh, that was a close one.
Soldier, please assess your pain on a variable scale of 1 to 100, with 1 being entirely pain-free and 100 being the worst pain you can imagine.
There is far too much variability in that scale. The amount of pain I can imagine is...
Do your own research.
Not in the mood for a random interaction, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, hello. Cogitate here often? Don't bother conversating unless you're prepared to cite your sources.
Oh, Architect, preserve us.
You know, you strike me as someone with a very
Try
small
not to
body of
deviate from the
public
norm. That's one way to do it.
Seems rather extreme. No lectures, please.
Do I hear hammering from the other spaceships?
Don't question it. Just be glad I brought a big
Unfriendly company.
Hostilities are afoot. Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
All of the risk. Step aside. Swine.
Combatant scanned. I have a fix on their weaknesses.
Get my sting. A lot. Step aside. Swine.
Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
That should be all clear. Please release us. They always come from that big building across the street before. Before they open the gate, they must leave a key in there. It's clear. Go, go, go!
Intriguing items engagingly described. What's up next? The following song was composed, performed, and recorded under the explicit direction of the Sovereign, and as such, reflects his excessively high standards.
Reasons pass is off limits. Unwelcome guests will be ushered from existence promptly and without further ado. First, it was Auntie's choice, then the Protectorate. After that, some daft cultists. I don't even... Your motivations are relatable to me in only the vaguest abstract form. If you possess any at all.
Resorting to violence. Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
Just like Sting. All in the rift. Sharp enough, huh?
Even here anymore.
There's enough. Taking the fight out of them. Combatant scan.
Go to the ground and such.
Wait, that's not who I think it is it? Marisol? Is that you? Get in here before any more of these homeheads show up. Marisol, you're here. thought I would never see you again. It's been what? 19 years? 20?
21 years, 5 months, 6 days. I've kept up on a few former colleagues.
A few? Right. You retain a different admirer in every port, I'm sure.
Things were left in a...
It was somewhat complicated, even by order standards. Oh, wait, I'm being rude. Forgive my atrophied social graces. I shoot most of my visitors lately. I am Anaïs Boujold. Welcome to my backwater ramshackle abode.
Seer Anaïs Boujold.
No one's called me that in, well, you know exactly how long, apparently.
If I'd realized this was a formal visit, I'd have worn my fancy killing clothes.
Charmed, I'm sure. So nice to see Marisol gaining such interesting friends. I was developing a means of sidestepping much of the presumed requirements to solve the universal equation, using a series of reasoned shortcuts and educated postulations, filling in certain blanks, trillions. Theoretically, it would hurry the process along so it could be solved in our lifetime, but it was unorthodox, risky if taken too far. I knew the Council would judge it mathematical heresy, so I attempted to work in secret. Eventually, I was discovered, excommunicated, sent here.
Others facing similar charges were often transferred off-planet, then simply disappeared somewhere along the way.
Yes. Fortunately, someone interceded.
Yes. With ample time to think, I've come to recognize I made an error.
Really? That is, an unprecedented statement for you. But do go ahead, I'm listening.
The last 20 years, the Order heedlessly stumbled. First, Antes invaded, then the Protectorate. We lost the Archive. Twice. Had your work continued, I believe we'd have remained closer to our true path. If I had ignored the Council's command. It was a mistake. I miscalculated.
If not for you, I'd be dead right now. And you were right to shut me down. My research was dangerous. A serious threat to the entire universe. I know this for certain now. I've run the numbers. Repeatedly. Had to do all my calculations long form, free of computronic assistance. Wouldn't advise it, but I've been here on my own for decades, and I remain a reasonable statistician. I calculated what might occur if my work was completed, and there is a troublingly high, statistically significant chance of things ending. Everything ending. I mean, microbes, mantisaurs. Saltuna might make it, the resistant little buggers. But anything capable of higher order thinking would be gone. I understand how that sounds, but I have spent years checking and rechecking each and every variable.
Anais, I'm afraid it's not that simple. When we shut down your work, it was quarantined, not disposed of. The Order stores all avenues of study deemed dangerous near here at a facility in Winter's Grasp. Unorthodox notion reclusion.
Of all the bureaucratic... No. Winter's Grasp is crawling with Auntie's choice. A full unit just moved in. Marisol, will you... Can you...
You're asking me to infiltrate a covert installation to destroy something that could likely end the universe. Been years since anyone said something like that to me. Of course.
Do what you need to do. I might need a little time to ready this place for unwelcome guests. Wouldn't take long.
No, you should stay here. We'll take care of this.
I foresee a 4.7% chance of me complying with that.
handle this. Step aside. Why? Atmos. Recharge. Hope that wasn't intentional.
Proceeding to attack.
Yeah.
Negative. Recharge incomplete.
All the risk. This might sting a lot.
Fortificator at ready status.
I will restore my life or avenge my death.
interest. Smoke. Yeah. Combatant scan. Your replicator is chopped. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Vitals are in the red, Commander.
아니, 아자가 너무 잘 죽는데?
Investigating hostile intentions.
Step aside. Why? This might sting. A lot.
Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Your replicator is charged. Replication in progress. They're benumbed. I'm alive. I have a fix on their weaknesses.
You're just not a good look. Still charging. Wrist weapon prime.
Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
Either restore my life or avenge my death.
Combatant scan.
Maddeningly beyond my reach. Check your scopes for combatant analysis. Need to finish recharging first.
Step aside. Why? Recharged for mayhem.
Go for torpification.
All in the wrist. This might sting.
Mobilizing. Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Good weapon prime.
I guess there's something interesting housed within that imposing edifice.
can't fight contentment!
It'd take an engineer to figure this out, or a very lucky...
I've encountered more than a few of these experimental weapons in my career. Messy, volatile, overpowered. Of course you want it, dear.
Sharp enough. Hot set.
Standing by to stupefy.
Restore my life or avenge my death.
I have a fix on their weaknesses.
An explosive!
Taking cover! Each part supports...
Try to limit further damage, Commander.
Ammunition!
Target at down fire.
I'm alive. Who needs to die?
Forever vigilant.
Proceeding to attack.
Yes, the weapon is very impressive. But do take a moment to admire its classic order industrial design.
가스는 있는데 못 찾은 게 있나? 못 찾았지? 아 여기서 이게 필요했었나 그러면? 아닌데 여기는 해킹이 없었는데. 해킹해야지 뭐. 아, 근데 뭐 어디 들렀다 오면은 뭐 저거 얻을 수 있는 힌트가 있는 건가?
Using substance generated by the rifts to make ammo. Seems fitting.
아 잠깐 총알. 총알을 뭘로 쓰는 거야 이거?
Hostilities are afoot. Locking them down, taking the fight out of them.
Plasma tolerance exceeded.
Adversary vulnerabilities identified.
usually prefer assassination over technology theft, but I must admit that was a delightful little heist.
All in the wrist.
Combatant scan.
Rift weapon prime.
Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
I will restore my life.
Vitals are in the red, Commander. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Suffered extensive damage, Commander. Medic, please.
I'm alive. Who needs to die?
Poser science cult encampment ahead. Proceeding to attack. I have a fix on their weaknesses. Torpificator at ready status.
Step aside. Why? This might sting.
Check your scopes for combatant analysis.
For mayhem. I will restore my life or avenge my death.
Consider self-preservation a priority. Target analyzed. Lay down fire.
Mitigating the threat. Locking them down. Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Investigating hostile intentions.
I have a fix on their weaknesses. Combatant scan.
I'm alive. Who needs to die? I've been so preoccupied with the impertinence of my slack-witted brother. There is someone who would have tried to contact me to warn me. Someone who wouldn't have been taken in by a faked kill or... Not from him. He was different. I knew him from before. Long before the Glorious Dawn. Anyway, if he used that code to embed a message to me within a... Well, I'll rectify that right now. I knew it! He wants to help me find out who's behind this. I sent a reply telling him to meet me here on Cloister. It's not too far and should be safe. I found what I was looking for. No need to continue messing with the Dawn's communication devices.
자, 오늘 여기까지 합시다. 알았어, 임마. 밥 줄게.